Melchizedek appears abruptly in the book of Genesis, Genesis chapter 14 verses 18 to 20. He meets Abram, later called Abraham, after Abram's victory over a coalition of kings who had seized his nephew Lot. At that moment, Melchizedek, described as the king of Salem, and a priest of the Most High God, brings out bread and wine, blessing Abram and praising God. This is particularly striking because Melchizedek appears without any prior mention. We hear nothing about his parentage, tribal affiliation, or how he came to worship and serve the Most High God, amid a region otherwise known for idolatry. According to the insights found in Jehovah's Witness literature, this silence is deliberate, enabling Melchizedek to serve as a fitting prophetic type or picture of Jesus Christ. They do not, however, teach that he was some sort of angelic or divine figure. Rather, he was a historical person, an actual king-priest who worshipped Jehovah in a time of spiritual darkness. Jehovah's Witnesses emphasize that the name, Melchizedek, itself is significant, meaning, king of righteousness. In combination with the fact that he was king of Salem, likely an early name for Jerusalem, meaning, peace, Melchizedek's titles together convey righteousness and peace, qualities also closely associated with Christ's future rule. At jw.org, it is often pointed out that Melchizedek's kingship and priesthood united two roles that, under the Mosaic law, were kept separate. No Israelite king served as priest, and no Levitical priest served as king. This dual role, therefore, sets Melchizedek apart as a unique figure. Later, as explained in the Christian scriptures, this detail becomes a crucial point in understanding Jesus Christ's priesthood. Whereas Israel's priests descended from Levi and served at a temporary earthly tabernacle and temple, Christ's priesthood is said to be, according to the manner of Melchizedek, Hebrews chapter 7 verse 17, rather than according to Aaron's lineage. This is an eternal, heavenly priesthood that transcends fleshly genealogy. Another point the witnesses highlight is that the psalmist David, under inspiration, prophesied that the Messiah would be a priest forever in the manner of Melchizedek. Psalm chapter 110 verse 4. At the time of David's writing, the priesthood and kingship still did not overlap in Israel's arrangement. Thus, David, guided by Jehovah, was looking ahead to a future event, a better kingship and a superior priesthood united in one person, the Christ. Jehovah's Witnesses see in Melchizedek a deliberate foreshadowing of Jesus' role. Just as Melchizedek was a king-priest serving Jehovah, so Jesus would one day rule as king and serve as high priest on behalf of humanity. What makes Christ's priesthood greater is that he lives forever and can intercede permanently for those who approach God through him, unlike Melchizedek, who, as a mere human, eventually died. In their teachings, Jehovah's Witnesses are careful to distinguish between the type and the antitype. While Melchizedek is a pattern, a symbol, or a type that points forward, Jesus is the fulfillment, the antitype. Melchizedek's story is foundational to understanding the scriptural argument in the book of Hebrews, where the writer labors to show that the Levitical system was never meant to be permanent. Rather, it was always anticipating a greater priesthood that would not be based on ancestry or detailed Mosaic regulations. Instead, Christ would offer a perfect sacrifice, his own life, and remain forever a priest, providing salvation and reconciliation between God and humankind. Jehovah's Witnesses often use this reasoning to highlight that the law covenant was a tutor leading to Christ and that once Christ arrived, the older system gave way to a more excellent arrangement. Moreover, Jehovah's Witnesses reject any notion that Melchizedek was a pre-human appearance of Jesus or that he was somehow an angelic being. Their reasoning is based on the consistent way the Bible deals with human figures and types. The scriptures call him a king of an actual place, Salem, and he clearly interacted with Abram as a contemporary human ruler. They stress that the silence in the Bible about his parentage and death is a literary device, not implying eternal existence or divine status. In essence, Melchizedek was a historical person whose unique priesthood provided a template for understanding Christ's role. His being, like the Son of God, as stated in Hebrews, is not to say he was literally the Son of God, but that in the scriptural record, he resembled Jesus in that his priesthood was not tied to genealogy and had no stated beginning or end. Jehovah's Witnesses also appreciate the timing and setting of Melchizedek's appearance. He lived in an era when the true worship of Jehovah was practiced by a few individuals or small families, such as Abraham's. The fact that Melchizedek serves as a priest of the Most High God in Canaan underscores the idea that even when Abraham was journeying and encountering pagan peoples, Jehovah had not left himself without a faithful representative. Melchizedek's short cameo in the biblical record reassures readers that genuine worship, however limited, has always existed, and that God could raise up faithful servants even in challenging environments. In terms of application for Jehovah's Witnesses today, Melchizedek's story is often used to reinforce the idea that God's plans unfold progressively. What may seem cryptic or shadowy at one point in the Bible finds its explanation later. Just as the meaning of Melchizedek's priesthood and kingship becomes fully clear in the light of Christ's ministry, so too modern-day worshippers are encouraged to appreciate that Jehovah's wisdom and purpose are revealed over time. By showing that Melchizedek foreshadowed Christ's eternal, non-Levitical priesthood, Jehovah's Witnesses see the Bible's internal harmony and the deliberate nature of its prophecies. Please share and like and please subscribe.